is definitely the most important component of a modern woman and man. Hello there, and thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Skin Therapy Show as we talk everything hair. And once again, a very warm welcome to the Skin Therapy Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Joining me on set today is the hair guru himself, Mr. Bernard Kimina from Kim's Hair Studio, and the ever so gorgeous Ms. Ravinda Kaur from Ashley's. Ravinda, really good to have you on set today after being with us on our first episode. How does it feel to be back?
It feels great and honored, and I would like to thank the viewers for responding well.
All right. Kim, of course, you have been here before.
True.
How has it been for you? Do you have more female stalkers on your
Yes,
social media?
definitely. It's good to be back. When
Yeah.
you're good in what you do,
Yeah.
you deliver.
Yeah.
And I'm happy you guys will call me back.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this.
It's really
Yes.
good to have you.
True.
Now, back to the basics. I know, Kim, we have spoken about the different kinds of hair, and we still have people on our social media pages asking us, please tell us once again how to identify the different kinds of hair.
There are people who have kinky hair. There are people who have straight hair. There are people who have wavy hair. Yeah, so all that depends. Also, we have what we call terminal hair, vellus hair, and lanugo hair. When we say terminal hair, it's the adult hair. Where once you grow up, after the telogen phase, that's what we call terminal hair. Then we have the vellus hair, it's the baby hair. Then the lanugo hair is the hair whereby when you are baby, you are born with that type of hair.
Yeah.
So we have different types of hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Ravinda, Kim has just mentioned about the baby hair. There are certain myths about the baby hair. You know, should you let it fall off by itself, or should you cut it out, cut it off, sorry, at some certain point?
You should let it fall off itself,
Yeah.
so that you avoid damaging the follicles.
Yeah, true that.
All right.
Yeah, because when it comes to the growth cycle of hair, we have phases. We have catagen, we have anagen, telogen. So it's whereby the new hair, which is the terminal hair, after some time, pushes out that baby hair.
Ms. Ravinda, what are the facts and myths about hair?
Okay, one of the major myths of the hair is that hair grows from when it is cut. But in actual fact, it is not growing when it is cut. It just pushes out of the skin because it grows from the root, which is deep within the skin. So people need to understand that when short hair is cut, it shows out more faster than when long hair is cut. But the hair naturally grows from within the skin. So it's a myth that it grows when it's cut. It's
When
not true.
There's this myth that maybe a lot of people believe in, that when you grow white hair when you're young, it means that you're wiser than, people in your age group. Is that true? Or
And
is
it's all about hereditary and beliefs.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. Yeah, it's all about, everyone is luck. It's a matter of if you get lucky in life, if you have cash in life.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not a matter of hair. If it was a matter of hair, all of us we could go and get the grays and be rich. Yeah.
I'll just dye mine white,
Definitely,
just
yeah.
to show people
So I
out
think
there.
it's a myth. Yeah.
All right. Kim, walk us through the different kinds of challenges that people face with hair, the most common ones.
The most hair problems, that's, let me add on that, is hair loss. We call it, alopecia. We have different types of alopecia. So it depends. Like, for example, when you say alopecia totalis, if you're stressed, on your hair, there's what we call hair bulb. Hair bulb is the manufacturer, is like the factory of all nutrients. So whatever you eat, it goes up to your hair. If you are stressed and you don't eat,
Oh, wow.
your hair bulb shrinks. And when it shrinks, your hair follicle, all those things shrinks and your hair starts cutting off. Your body is like a machine. If one thing is not working real, the rest will go.
Okay.
Yes. it
So
won't go.
does this also contribute to, Ms. Ravinda, does this contribute to hair having a body?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Because the strength of the hair is determined by the diet that you have. So we tend to do external topicals like treatments and hairdos, but the external only help to a certain extent. The major is done from the inside on your diet and water intake and the blood transportation. So also massage really helps in hair growth and strength.
To stimulate the nerve
You have to
endings.
stimulate, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to know your thoughts about chemicals. Do you think they weaken the hair?
As a cosmetologist, I would say a relaxer or any other chemical does not really damage the hair as long as it is used properly
right
according
way.
to manufacturer's instructions and also the way it is applied. Most of us tend to misuse, or should I say abuse, the chemical. We keep it on the hair for a longer period of time. That weakens the hair or breaks too many bonds as expected. So that weakens the hair. But if it is done well, it is actually builds the hair and strengthens the hair more.
All right. Kim, I have seen a lot of people using avocados and eggs on their hair
Yes.
because apparently it keeps the hair very healthy and
Yeah.
very clean. Do
Yes.
you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that. There are natural remedies at home
Yes.
you can use. We have so many. There's beer. You can use beer.
You can use beer.
There are
on your
properties which
hair.
make your hair
hair.
shine. They make the cuticles shine more
Shine more.
and healthier. You can use egg yolks. You can take like 3 egg yolks mixed with olive oil, 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bit of vitamin E if you have the extract, and you apply on your hair and you are good to go.
Okay.
You
And
can use banana. You can mash bananas, mix, apply. It gives you healthy hair.
so it's just
can-
feeding the same way
It's
that
feeding
we
the
Yes,
cells.
it's
All
feeding.
right.
Actually, if you look at most of the ingredients on
On the
treatments,
treatments.
they are more of
Yeah.
natural.
There's
Yes.
a lot of yeah.
That's why we say there's a protein treatment and a cholesterol treatment. A protein treatment, for example, I like to explain like this so guys can understand. When we say protein treatment, it's like what you eat. You eat proteins. Most people don't know the difference between a cholesterol treatment and a protein treatment. Whereby you see a client come to the client, they have their own treatments,
Yeah.
and every time she visits the salon, she has the same treatment. Maybe it's a protein treatment. You need to balance your treatment. You need to have a cholesterol treatment.
Yeah.
A cholesterol treatment are more of mild. They are like fruits. I like to say they are like fruits. A protein treatment is like meat. So you need to balance both of them.
And I remember last time you were here, you advised us to use different kind of brands also.
True.
You know, every time you go to the salon.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how beer makes hair healthy, or is it shiny?
Yes.
All right. Speaking of home remedies, I will now take you to my co-host Rezian, who's going to take us through the different kinds of home remedies that we can use. Over to you, Rezian.
January may be a tough month for most of us, but it's not all gloom and doom, as we've got solutions to help you save some few coins and keep them right in the pocket where they belong by giving you home alternatives that you can use to treat your hair. All we're going to use today is olive oil, a portion of olive oil, flat beer, so you don't have to wait for the weekend to enjoy the beer. You can do it on your hair, and an egg. So why beer? Because beer has got 2 ingredients, which is malt and hops, which are protein that will help reinforce your hair, and the sugar in the beer will help seal your hair cuticles. So our professionals from Ashley's will take you through the process so that you can just sit back, take notes, and do it yourself. Take a look. So it's as simple as that. But if beer is not your thing, you have the option to use avocado and eggs as well. Mix them up, let them sit for about 15 minutes, wash off, and you're good to go. So what's your excuse for spotting a bad hair day? This is the Skin Therapy Show. Do stay with us.
Welcome back to the Skin Therapy Show. Thank you so much, Rezian. I'm still here with my incredible guests, Mr. Bernard Kimina and Mr. Ravinder Kaur. I mean, I'm still perplexed at how beer is being used on hair. On hair. What other home remedies can we use?
We can use milk cream.
Yeah.
We can also use yogurt, honey, and also the fruits that we eat on a daily basis.
Okay.
You can make a mixture and then apply it on the head as a treatment on the hair, then leave it for like 15 minutes and then you rinse it off. That should be done after you've shampooed or cleansed the hair.
Mr. Ravinder, what are the most common causes of dandruff?
The most common causes are stress and also too much of oil. There are two types of dandruff. There's dry dandruff and there's greasy dandruff. So it depends. Most probability is a lot of chemicals on the hair and scalp, a lot of pollution. Sometimes we do some things that we don't really know. We may be passing through a lot of pollution, a lot of aerosols that are there. Even the climate, the atmosphere affects the scalp itself. Because in humid areas, you might find that you are overgrowing the scalp, the epidermis layer of the skin. So it tends to shed off more often than when it is in normal conditions. So it all depends on a particular individual. We cannot standardize that this is the cause of dandruff for everyone.
Okay. Kim, which is the best way to treat dandruffs?
We have products for anti-dandruffs. Also, you know which type of dandruffs you have. Again, go to your stylist, go to your trichologist or your hairdresser. They will advise on what product to
according
use.
to your scalp as well.
According to your scalp.
All right.
Yes.
Ms. Ravinder, will I be right to say that heat is not good for our hair?
No. No, I don't go for that. Heat is okay if it's
Controlled.
It's
Regulated,
controlled,
yeah.
It's regulated well. And of course, when a professional does, like you said, a hairdresser or a technician does it for you, it can work out so well because we use heat for styling our hair. It helps us in temporarily changing the structure of the hair.
Now let's go to a more sensitive topic. I'm taking you to the beach, all right? All right. Let's talk about waxing, and especially for females. Would you recommend waxing, the bikini waxing, or, you know, is it okay for women to use the razors? Because I know this is one of the things that people don't get it. Some advise not to wax at all, use the razor. Some say do not use the razor, go for waxing.
If I
What do
were
you
to
say?
choose between the two, I would choose waxing. Waxing is much safer and more, it has a more prolonged effect compared to the razor. The razor, you have to keep on doing it like almost weekly, or even some have high growth rate, so they do it after every 2 days. It's not really advisable to use a razor. It can give you a lot of problems like cuts
Bumps
and
as
also
well.
bumps
Bumps,
and also
infection.
rashes.
Yeah. What happens when you use a razor? If there's a way you can cut your hair from your hair follicle, it gets contaminated and ingrowth, so that you find people who use razor mostly on the armpits, they
yeah.
get boils. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So it's more advisable as
To
a
do
porter to do waxing. Yeah, I know it's painful, but everything in beauty it's
temporarily.
painful. It's temporary.
It's temporary.
You have to. Yeah, I think waxing has a more prolonged. Yes.
All right. Okay, it is now time to pay our bills. Please do not go so far. Remember, you can always get in touch with us on our social media pages. That is Facebook, The Skin Therapy Show, Twitter @The Skin Therapy Show, and Instagram @The Skin Therapy Show. Do not go so far. We will be right back after the short commercial break.